Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on AI in legal practice, enhancing research, drafting, and compliance. We are delighted to have the participants joining us from across the legal and corporate world. Today's session will explore how artificial intelligence is transforming the way legal professionals conduct research, draft documents, and ensure compliance with ever evolving regulations. Our distinguished speaker today is Mr. Sanjay M. Prabhu, a seasoned expert in technology and innovation, who has worked extensively on integrating AI into modern legal workflows. Mr. Prabhu is a seasoned professional with a diverse background as a corporate trainer, ex banker, ex auditor, and professor of practice. He currently serves as director, training and consulting at Dubai and is an accredited trainer with the Global Compliance Institute, UK. With over 18 years in banking operations at institutions like HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, and Azizi Bank, and more than 5 years in consulting and audit, Sanjay brings deep expertise in regulatory compliance, AML, KYC, sanctions monitoring, and financial grievance. He has delivered 2,500 plus training sessions worldwide and has been instrumental in designing compliance frameworks for banks, real estate, and corporate service providers. His unique blend of legal and compliance expertise make him the perfect speaker for today's session. Without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Sanjay to take us through how AI is shaping the future of legal practice. Over to you, Mr. Sanjay.
Very good morning, very good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us from various jurisdictions. A heartfelt thank you to 𝘖ًછી for organizing this important webinar on AI in legal practice, enhancing research, drafting, and compliance. It's also an absolute pleasure to welcome distinguished and respected senior advocates, legal professionals, interns, compliance advocates, and experts who have joined us today from across the jurisdictions. So a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let me begin today's session with a simple mantra. And the mantra is, I know all the lawyers, they are always courageous, okay? But the mantra is simple. The future lawyers is not the one who fears AI. The future lawyers is not the one who fears AI, but the one who learns how to partner with AI. So AI is your co-pilot and you are the pilot. So in today's session, we'll be exactly learning the things on how to use the AI, how to use or how to make AI your assistants in research, drafting, and compliance. So these are the three areas we'll be focusing today in this webinar. And most of the activities, that is 60 to 70% of the activities, will be hands-on expertise, which you will be practicing today, okay? So I know that every lawyer here knows the routine challenges they face, the number of hours they spent on case law research, that is the biggest challenge for the lawyers. Late night redlining or highlighting the contracts is again biggest task for the lawyers and the interns as well. And endless stress, keeping up the compliance deadlines. So these are the three biggest challenges which each and every lawyer faces today. And the fact is that 40% of the lawyer's time is spent on tasks that AI can reduce within a minute. So how AI can help you or assist you in your day-to-day work, that is what we are going to practice it with me today, okay? So before going with the understanding about the practice or how the lawyers can utilize this AI, let us understand first what is AI. So AI is an artificial intelligence that stimulates or simulates, mimics human intelligence. So as I and you, as a human, we have a capacity, or we have an intelligence of learning, reasoning, self-correction. Okay, the same thing is applied in artificial intelligence. Okay, so now AI is not here to replace us. Many of you might think that AI is used everywhere, not only in the legal sector, but in every sector. But whether the AI will replace us? No, AI will not replace us. Okay. Prasad says, hello, we are building the medical record keeping app and we are also creating legal support. Absolutely correct. So AI is in every sector, yes. And we need to use the AI because it reduces our time, it reduces our stress, and it helps us because as a human being, I have limited capacity. But as an AI, it has the records or the data which is available worldwide, and it can search the important information and help you in assisting your day-to-day work. So AI is definitely required in our day-to-day work as it removes the tedious, repetitive work, the number of hours lost on the tasks that don't require deep legal reasoning. So without AI, surviving is difficult. So you might be thinking that AI is coming, we will lose the job. So what we need to do? We need to adopt the AI. We need to learn the AI. So today's webinar session will be interactive. There will be many polls, hands-on prompts that will be shared with you, and even we'll be discussing a comprehensive case study related to a suit that will be filed in a high court or a Supreme Court. Okay, so keep your laptops and mobiles ready. This is not a lecture, it's a practical working session. Okay, so before we get into today's content, let's start with a quick reality check in the room. Yes, you can see on your screen, how often do you use AI in your legal work? So the result is 39% of the people say sometimes, 6% they say never, and 15% say weekly, and 32% says daily. Excellent. So let's move to the next poll, please. Which part of your practice consumes the most time? It's in research, it's in drafting, it's in compliance, or it's in client communication. Yes, can we have the results? Yes, 56% of the participants says research. So research is the backbone of a legal work. Finding the right precedents and statutory interpretation can make or break your cases. So as an advocate or a lawyer, if I want to file a suit, I need to go through the past precedents. I need an exactly similar cases that has happened in the past. And I need to see what was the judgment given by the court and how I can strategize as a lawyer while drafting this case. So I need to quote those past precedents that will help me to file a suit in the court. So research is definitely very important, and that is the real pain which the lawyers or advocates go through. Even the interns who supports the lawyers, they go through looking at various past precedents, and finding that precedents is really a difficult task. And here the AI can help you out. AI can identify the exact cases similar to the case which you want to file, and they will give you the references of those cases. They will give you the briefings about the cases. They will give you the final judgment given by the court. So all this important information is available to you very handy. The second area which our participants said is the drafting. So drafting is where your arguments and advice take shape. So contracts, pleadings, your notices, briefs requires a precision, correct? So if your drafting goes wrong, then definitely if that will not stand into the court of law. So drafting is very important. So AI can help you to draft the notices, the pleas, okay, and this will help you, or this will assist you in reducing your day-to-day. And that is what exactly we are trying to do in today's webinar. Third is the compliance. In compliance, that is the shield that protects the firms and the client from penalties, reputational damages, or even cancellation of the licenses. So whether it's a filing deadline, or regulatory audits, or policy updates, missing one step can be a big consequences, not only for you as a law firms, but also to the reputation of your clients. So compliance is very important. So how to take a help of AI while attending or complying to the compliance, regulatory compliance requirement, that is also we'll be looking at. And then client communication, this is also very important. So client communication is equally critical, keeping client informed, sending updates, explaining them the complex things in a very simpler manner. Here the AI can help you. Just copy the area which is complicated to understand, paste it in the AI, that is ChatGPT or whichever applications you are using, and you can ask the AI to summarize it in a simple language. Okay, so that is where AI can help you in all four areas. That is in your research, that is in your drafting, in your compliance, regulatory compliance, and as well as client communication. So let's have a next poll, please. As you said, research is your biggest pain point, correct? So let's understand in research, what's your biggest research pain point? Yes, can we have the results, please? Yes, research is time consuming. You will try to search in Google, but you will not get everything, correct? So your time will not be spent in hours, but in number of days also. If you want to find out the past precedents, you need to do a research, and there it's a really time consuming. So AI can help you within a seconds. AI can give you the past precedents along with the briefings, so that will help you in your day-to-day work. Missing creepy residents is also an biggest issue, so that area also will be taken care. Interpreting complex judgments, yes, the legal words, it's very difficult for some of the senior lawyers also. So in that case, the lawyers can utilize AI to understand or to translate the meaning of it, not only to make it simple, but you can translate in other languages also. That is what exactly we are going to see. And as you know, the world is interconnected. We do provide services or export import goods across the jurisdictions, so definitely there will be issues. So there also we need to understand what is happening in the other jurisdictions. Let's say my client has been arrested in another country. I need to know the laws of that country. Yes, as a lawyer, I can definitely use the AI and find out the right information or right laws prevailing in that country, and that will help me to support my clients. Okay, so that's the brief about AI. Let's move. So what we are going to do now is you need to log into ChatGPT. I will share you the link. Yes, you can register into the ChatGPT and log in. Once you log in, let me know. Fine. Now I will share one IT Act of 2000. This is of IT Act of India. This IT Act I will upload in the ChatGPT. Okay. Now, as a lawyer or as a law firm, I need to understand what is the IT Act of India and how it is going to impact my firm. So I'll give a command, read the attached file word by word, okay, on IT Act 2000 and list the brief summary in bullet points from a law firm practice point of view. Okay, so what I'm giving a prompt. I'm uploading a file that is an IT Act of 2000, and I'm asking the ChatGPT, read the attached file word by word on IT Act 2000 and list brief summary in bullet point from a law firm practice point of view. Okay, and I'm just entering. You can see all the information from the lawyers or law firm's point of view. You are able to get it here. Electronics records and signature. Section 3(3)(a), recognition of digital electronic signatures for authentication of electronic records. Section 10(a), contracts formed electronically are legally enforceable. You can see related to cybercrime and data protection, you have all the informations along with the sections. Related to the jurisdictions and enforcement, you have all the information. Who are the certifying authorities? Now let's take an example that there is an WhatsApp chat which you need to produce before the court. Okay, or the video recordings. You need to have a certificate provided by the authorities. 65B, under section 65B, you need to produce a certificate stating that the content what I am producing before the court is the genuine one and I have verified all the facts. So it will help the advocates or the lawyers to understand what are the things I need to comply. Okay, let me give another prompt. My client is a victim of fake social media abuse. Which clause of IT Act of 2000 can protect my client's interest. See which clauses or which sections you can use while drafting your suit or while sending a notice. You can see section 66, identity theft. What is the punishment? 3 years imprisonment with a fine up to 1 lakh. Cheating by personation using computer resources, 66D. Violation of privacy, obscene content, blocking orders, breach of confidentiality, intermediary liability. So all this information is available to you. It's a 36 pages IT Act. If you want to read, it will take a day for you, or at least a half a day. So all the information is ready available to you. Okay. Draft a notice on behalf of victim. Grievance officer or nodal officer, social media company. Legal notice for immediate takedown of a fake abusive social media content, and legal action under the IT Act 2000 and the Indian Penal Code. So here all the information readily given to you. You can see details of the offending content, on which platform, profile name, the URL, the description, when this was happened. Okay, so it is very handy for the advocate or the intern that just pick up the information and put it at the appropriate place. Which legal violation sections has been done, along with the section, the explanation is also provided to you. What is your demand? Immediate removal or takedown of this said offending content. Permanently disable any fake account. Preserve all data. Provide details. Okay, and respond within 72 hours. Failure to comply, what action can be done, taken, that is also included. So see how it is useful. Let's take an example. Any new law which comes into existence, it's very difficult for everyone. So we can put that law into the ChatGPT and we can ask the summary of it, train the model. So training the model is very important. When you provide an input to the model, model learns like you and me. Like how you are attending today's webinar and learning, similar way the AI also continuously learns. Okay, so this is one area. Let me show you, there are more prompts. If you want, I can post it in a chat. You can practice it later. One very important is don't give multiple tasks at the same time. Okay, give small tasks to the AI, train him, and then the AI will give you the output. Okay, so let me take this scenario again related to explain section 61 of the 𝘂𝗶𝗁 𝗀់अधिनियम. This is the new law which has replaced the earlier Evidence Act in India. Okay, so you can see in a simple English, you can give this a prompt in a simple English. So it will provide you the output in a simple English with 2 Supreme Court case examples that highlight how digital evidence like WhatsApp chats or CCTV footages is treated in the court. So let me give this prompt. See, electronic records are admissible in the court just like traditional documentary evidence. Okay, so it's a legally valid as long as it meets certain authenticity and integrity standards. Now, what is this authenticity and integrity standards? That means it requires a certificate under 65B. So some person or an agency needs to go through these records and certify that yes, this is the genuine footages. There is no tampering with those footages or chats. Okay, that is what your section 65B talks about. Okay, so you have important cases, Supreme Court judgments. You can see Anwar versus P. Bashir, Arjun Kotkar versus Kailash Grontayal in 2020. So you have the cases which is available to you. You can go through these cases and accordingly quote these cases while filing a suit. Okay. So this is one information. So as you understand that research is very important and AI can help you in your day-to-day research. So I have given you other 3 prompts which you can try later. Okay. Now, can we have the next poll, please? Now we'll discuss on the drafting. Yes. So which drafting task is the toughest one? Whether it's a contracts, whether it's a notices, whether it's a pleadings, or whether it's a briefs. Yes, can we have the results, please? Yes, we can see that drafting a contracts is a really difficult task because if you're handling contracts for any of your clients and if you miss certain information that needs to be captured and you are not captured that information, then the client will never come back to you because you will be creating some losses to the client, not only the financial losses but reputational damage as well. So drafting a contract requires a foolproof knowledge. Okay, and definitely AI can assist you in drafting the contracts. Next is filing the suit in the courts. Correct. So that is also very difficult task, requires past precedents to be known. As we have done research, we have seen 2 past precedents. Similar way, we need to understand the past precedents, understand the law, and accordingly, we need to prepare our file. So that is also one of the biggest tasks. Yes, leading and contracts takes a lot of time. It's not number of hours, but number of days. And definitely notices we need to issue that can be done within hours or within a day. Briefings required. Yes, that also is a difficult task. But here in all these 4 cases, okay, the AI can support you fully. And that is what we are trying to learn through a next prompt. You can see there are 3 prompts. I'll discuss only one prompt, but I'll share you all other prompts, which you can definitely try at your end whenever you have time. Okay. So So let me post this. Draft a commercial lease agreement for an office property in Mumbai with a renewal and deposit term and lock-in period. Okay. You can see the lessor's name, the lessee, premises information, lease term, start date, end date, lock-in period, monthly rent, security deposit, renewal clause, okay, usage, alterations and maintenance, termination clause, indemnity, dispute resolution, stamp duty registration, all the information is available to you. So let me give another prompt. As a law firm, I need to protect the interest of my client, who is the owner of the premises, and hence suggest me the various risks that both tenant and your landlord can face, and advise the clause to be included in the agreement. After researching the best practices in India or whichever jurisdiction you want, or best practices in world, that clauses, that word you can add. Let's see what is the result ChatGPT is giving us. See, what are the various risks for the landlord? Non-payment or delayed payment of rent, tenant overstaying post expiry or termination, damage to the property. Okay, these clauses were not added in the earlier agreement, correct? Now we are asking the ChatGPT to provide us more information from the risk point of view. Okay, improper subletting without consent, illegal use of premises for betting or fraud, disputes on rent escalation or renewal, inadequate exit procedure or lock-in terms, regulatory non-compliance by tenant, Shop Establishment Act, difficulty in evicting tenant due to lack of clarity in agreement, loss of possession or adverse possession claims over a long tenure. So you can see, based on that, it gives you a suggestion. The lessee shall pay the monthly rent by the 5th day of the calendar month. Delay beyond 10 days shall attract an interest of 18%. Continued default for 2 consecutive months shall be treated as a breach, entitling the lessor to terminate this agreement without prejudice to other legal remedies. Okay, so these clauses you can include. So ChatGPT or AI uses natural language processing. You can talk to the ChatGPT as you naturally talk to others. Okay, and it will give you the inputs, outputs. So you can see, for every risk, you can see the clause is suggested to you. Think, as an advocate, will I be able to brainstorm this 10 risks which the client might face? Yes, might be 5, 6. Just understand, missing one is a risk for the law firm as also, and it's a risk for your client also. So brainstorming can be done using the ChatGPT. It's your co-pilot. As an advocate, you are the pilot, but ChatGPT or any AI tool is an assistant for you, which will take care or which will support in your day-to-day activities. Okay, so let's move ahead. Others, two prompts you can try at your end whenever you have time, but I suggest to start this practice from today onwards, because you need to know how we can make AI our day-to-day friend. The more you will interact, you will learn how to utilize the AI in an excellent way. Let's go to the next poll. What is your biggest challenge, compliance challenge? Can we have the polls, please? Yeah, okay, fine. We can go to that also. Okay, so in our day-to-day work, it might be any sector, correct? So every sector needs a compliance, and compliance is very important. We have discussed earlier that if we don't comply, the consequences are very bad, and it can impact our business, it can impact our reputation. There will be a financial losses through fines and penalties. Okay, and that's why protecting our organization is very important by complying the laws and regulations. So here I have given you the 4 options: missing filing deadlines, data privacy and client confidentiality, contract compliance and audits, and keeping up with the frequent regulatory changes. Now, in all these 4 cases, the AI can support you. If you feel that you are missing the deadlines, AI can support you to create a calendar that on which date you need to file which returns. Okay, and it will send you the reminders also. Okay, next, data privacy and client confidentiality. This is very important. And when you use the free ChatGPT, all the data what you put on the upload on the ChatGPT, that loses your confidentiality. Okay, so what we need to do? Yeah, yes, please answer this poll. What is your biggest compliance challenge? It's missing filing deadlines, data privacy, or contract compliance and audits, keeping up with the frequent regulatory changes. Yes. Can we have the results? Yes, you can see data privacy is the biggest challenge for everyone. So that's why it's very important that we don't share confidential information on the ChatGPT. So when you want to draft something, don't put the client's name, address, date of birth, or passport number, all those information. So that is how we can utilize the AI by protecting our client's information. Okay. The third is contract compliance and audits. So compliance department or your audit department will share you the audit reports, correct? It's very difficult to go through all the 80-90 pages. So upload the audit report into the AI and ask AI, give me a breakup of compliance requirements that I need to comply within on an urgent basis, within 3 months or within 6 months. Okay, you give the prompt like that. you will see that the AI will read the entire audit report, and that will give you what are the compliance required by your department. So that is really useful tool. But understand, when you upload your audit report into a free chat GPT, you are exposing your internal information that you need to take care. Okay, so a Word file, remove the name of the organization, and then you upload it. That is one of the options. Okay. The fourth one is keeping up with the frequent regulatory changes. The jurisdictions, we see the regulators are frequently bringing in new laws. They are revising the earlier laws. They are issuing a fresh master circular. Yes, we have been discussing about the various challenges and how we can utilize the AI. So let's take one example here. You can see there are 3 prompts. I will share it with you. Yes. So what is the prompt I'm giving? List the corporate governance duties for directors of the Indian listed companies under the SEBI LODR regulation 2024 update. So you can see the results. As a compliance person, I need to know what are the areas that needs to be complied. One is the fiduciary duty and accountability of the directors, how the board should be composed of 50% of the independent directors, one woman independent director must be there, chairperson not related, okay, independent directors guidelines, audit committee supervisions, risk management and ESG duties, disclosures and the transparency, policy oversights and duties. Okay, so all the informations is available to you at a click of a command. So this is what, when it comes to the compliance, so any requirement related to your compliance, you can give a prompt and that will guide you. Next area is yes. Next area on the predictive modeling. Can we have the poll, please? Yes. Would you act on the AI's litigation risk forecast? So your AI can predict or forecast the outcome of the suit that you have filed in the court. Yes, can we have the results? Yes, 21%, 12% no, and 67% says depends. Absolutely. Because we cannot take everything what is given by the AI blindly. Okay, we need to apply our human intelligence as an advocate or as a lawyer. We can take the assistance of the AI, but we need to apply our logic to it. Okay, absolutely. So I'll give you an example. Your case as a lawyer, your case going to X bench of a Supreme Court. And if you have the past data about the judgments given by that bench or a specific Supreme Court or a High Court lawyer, the AI can tell you what can be the judgment. And accordingly, you can plan and strategize your case in the court. So for that purpose, we require a data about that judge who has handled the past cases. Even on the judges, there is a responsibility and accountability. Within few minutes, if you have his past judgments, the court will tell whether he has given a right, your AI will give you an information whether those judgments were right or is there any conflict of interest. Okay, so this is an input you will get. But as a human being or as a lawyer, we need to go into depth, do an assessment at our end. No doubt, AI will give you all the information. I'll give you another example. In certain jurisdictions, you have seen that cases are filed against the politicians. And those cases are running, each case is running into 1,000 pages. 10,000 pages case has been filed against Mr. X, who is a politician. Now, how this case has been drafted, do you know? It's nothing but using an AI. Now, when you file a case with 10,000 pages, understand the judge, how long it will take to read all those 10,000 pages and give a judgment. So if a judiciary is not using an AI to summarize, because out of the 10,000 pages, might be 9,500 pages will be all unwanted information. Okay, and only 500 pages might be the key information. So you as a judge or you as a lawyer needs to find out what is the important areas from that 10,000 pages. So if the judiciary is not using the AI, then it's a difficult task. So a judge or his team going through the 10,000 pages and giving the results will take a longer period. Correct? So understand that your AI can support you for predictive modeling, and you will be able to assess or forecast the results. Next. Yeah. Here, there are certain prompts which I have. I will share it with you, and then we'll try one prompt. Yeah, let me use the first one. So you can see the prompt. Suggest 5 likely defenses opposing counsel may raise in a check dishonor case under section 138. As an advocate, you need to prepare yourself, correct? So your opposing counsel may raise certain issues and how to defend that. You can ask the AI what are the things or what are the areas that he can raise such type of issues. Let's go and see what is the result AI gives. He might say that there is no legally enforceable debt or liability. The check was not issued towards legally enforceable debt or liability as required under the section 138. He will say that I have issued a check as a gift or as a loan security, and that is time barred. The period of validity has expired. And the case reference is also given to you. So if you are filing a suit, someone says that it has no legally enforceability or debt liability, you can definitely quote this case, MS Narayana Menon versus State of Kerala. Next, you can see check issued as a security. The check was issued as a collateral or security and not meant for actual payment on the due date. case Indus Airways Private Limited versus Magnum Aviation. Another issue he can raise is signature mismatch. Or I have given with a blank check with a signature, and someone has written the date, amount. That is what I have not done, and it's a forged. So these are the various issues which your opponent will try to raise. So as an advocate, you can prepare yourself while discussing the case. You can quote these references, correct? So that is a very important area which advocate needs to prepare himself. No doubt, senior advocates practicing 15, 20 years, they are well aware which case, when it has happened. But a new advocate who is practicing now, for him, it's difficult. So AI can be a best friend of yours. Let's move forward. Yeah. So now I have given you an example of AI using the ChatGPT, correct? So there are various paid versions, and it is used by the top law firms. And when we say it's used by top law firms, it comes with a cost. So you can see Lexis plus AI, Thomson Reuters, Westlaw Edge, then Harvey AI, Lex Machina, Darrow AI, Luminance. So all these tools, they are really helpful for your law firms. But as a new advocate or a law firm practicing in a smaller cities, they will not be able to afford to buy this softwares. For them, definitely there are various free versions which are available. ChatGPT is there for your assistance. So I suggest all of you that start with a small thing. Use the ChatGPT. There are free versions also very available. But when you use any free versions, okay, always remember that there is a risk. So don't share your confidential information on the AI, like name, address, any passport number, all those information, don't share it. Let you prepare the draft using the AI, and then you can put it into the Word, and there you can add all your information, fill in the blanks. Okay, that is the suggestion. Can we have the next poll, please? Yes. So now we'll be discussing a comprehensive case from start till the end. Okay, as a lawyer, how you should be able to handle it using the AI. So the question on your screen is, what should be the next step in a check bounce litigation under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act? Issue a legal demand notice, file a criminal complaint under section 138, or file a suit for a recovery, or seek a compounding settlement. Okay, so give me your answers. Excellent. So when there is a check bounce case, definitely first we will be issuing a legal demand notice, correct? And the law says, so every jurisdiction, there are different laws. Now what I'm speaking is about the Indian laws. The Indian law says that within 30 days from the date of bouncing of your check, you need to send a notice to the issuer of the check. Okay, so that is very important. Timing is very important. If you miss this deadline, then the client will be very unhappy with your services. So issuing notice within 30 days is important. And from the receipt of the notice by the issuer of the check, he needs to pay it within 15 days. Or if it doesn't pay you within 15 days, then you can file a civil and a criminal case against the issuer of the check. So that is the law. So let's see how the AI can help you from all the areas. Let's go to the case scenario. Yes. So let me read out for all of you. Check issued for wedding catering services. Mr. Ramesh hires a Royal Caterers Private Limited to provide a food and event services for his daughter's wedding. Okay. The agreed bill amount was 8 lakhs rupees, and the Ramesh pays 3 lakhs upfront in cash and issues a post-dated check of rupees 5 lakhs for the balance drawn on his personal bank account. So some amount is paid in cash and some amount will be paid later after providing the services. And that is why he has given a post-dated check. Okay. You can see the event, that is the wedding, goes smoothly and the services are rendered as per the contract. On the due date, Royal Caterer presents the check to the bank. The check is returned with an funds insufficient. Now, as you rightly said, we'll be sending a notice. To whom? Royal Caterers will be sending a notice to Ramesh. Now, as required under the section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, Royal Caterers sends a legal demand notice to Mr. Ramesh within 30 days. And what is the reply of the Ramesh? Ramesh replies claiming he was dissatisfied with the quality of desserts. He has already overpaid in cash. See the defense, what he is taking. Hence, the check was not meant to be encashed. He replies to it. Since the check was dishonored and the payment was not made within 15 days of notice, Royal Caterers files a criminal complaint under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument. Now, let's consider you are handling this case and you want to provide, you are the advocate of the Royal Caterers. You need to provide all that services as a law firm and start with the first activity, that is filing, sending a notice. Okay, so let's go to the notice and yeah. So this is the prompt. Yes. So, yes. What is the prompt? Act as a counsel for Royal Caterers Private Limited and draft a statutory demand notice under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 addressed to Mr. Ramesh. So you are acting as a counsel for Royal Caterers and you want to send him the first notice for demanding the amount of 5 lakhs. Let's see what is the result. See the format of the notice under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act. Demand notice under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act for dishonor of check. Mr. Ramesh, under instruction from and on behalf of my client, his name, section 138 of the NI Act. What is the background? You have availed the catering and allied services from my client for total value of so much. The discharge of the said legally enforceable debt, you issued a check bearing check number, amount drawn on, in favor of, bank details, everything is available to you. However, the check was dishonored. When it was dishonored, that is also given to you and the reasons are also given to you. Okay, it might be due to insufficient funds. Choose the right one which you feel. Okay, as an advocate, you are aware about it. Upon learning of the dishonor, my client contacted you immediately. Despite verbal assurance, you have failed to make the payment of the dishonored amount. So what is the legal demand? As I told you, within 15 days from the receipt of this notice, he needs to make the payment of that 5 lakhs. And what are the consequences? If he fails to comply the notice within the stipulated time, my client shall be constrained to file a criminal complaint before the competent magistrate. So you can file a civil suit, no doubt. But if you want to file a criminal complaint, then that 15 days time should lapse. Then only you can file a suit. So you shall be liable for an imprisonment of 2 years or a fine, and which may extend to twice the check amount as per the NI Act. Notice is issued without prejudice to any other civil or criminal remedies available. So this is a draft which is done, ready for you. Okay. Now let me add something more to that draft. I have missed to add the lawyer's fees, correct? So I will add the lawyer's fee. I will give an instruction to the ChatGPT, add the cost of lawyer fees of this notice. Let us pressurize Mr. Ramesh that he needs to also pay my lawyer fees. He is responsible for it, correct? So you can see, pay the check amount along with the additional sum of 7,500 towards the legal fees and notice charges, aggregating to this much amount. So 5 lakhs plus 7,500 you need to pay within 15 days. So we are pressurizing Mr. Ramesh. Let's see the next process. You have sent him a notice. He has given you a reply. In his reply, what he said, he has quoted 3 information. I hope all of you are with me. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. So see, the next step is summarize the top 5, because I told you research is very important. I am a new advocate. I don't know the past precedents related to the Negotiable Instrument Act. I want the top 5 cases which has been your decisions have been given by the Supreme Court or the High Courts. So summarize the top 5 Indian Supreme Court or High Court judgments. You can give the period from 2015 to 2025, or whichever period you want, or since the beginning, okay? On section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, where the drawer defense includes dissatisfaction of the service quality. You know that Ramesh has made an allegation that your services were not of good quality. Alleged cash overpayment, he said that I have given you additional cash where there is no proof. Okay. And third, claim the check was not meant to be encashed. This was just for a security purpose. I would have given you the cash, or I have already given you the cash. This is the defense what Ramesh has written in his reply. So we discussed about predictive or forecasting earlier, correct? So here, when we tell the AI that I want a case where all these 3 type of defenses has been made by the clients or the opponents. So if I give this 3 areas, dissatisfaction with the service quality, alleged cash overpayment, and claim the check was not meant to be encashed. So these are the 3 defense what he placed. So give a plain English holdings with the proper citation and note whether each defense succeeded or failed and why. If you want to find similar things happening in other jurisdictions, you can give that jurisdiction's name also. Okay, but remove that section 138. Section 138 applies to India. So if it is in any other jurisdictions you want to know, you can find out similarly. So let me yes, you can see here are curated summary of top 5 Indian Supreme High Court judgments. under 138. With reference to service dissatisfaction, check issued as a security, cash overpayment, stop payment instructions. Okay, so each summary includes case citation, plain English, defense success, and reasoning. So you can let us go through one of these cases. Indus Airways versus Magnum Aviation. Okay, you can see the reference number here also. What is the defense raised? Check was issued only as an advance or a security for future purchases. Held, defense succeeded. Reason, Supreme Court ruled that the check is issued not for an existing debt, but as an advance. So you need to prove it. The check was given not for this supplies, but for some future supplies, and that was an advance. If you can prove it with the documentary evidence, yes, you can, the case is decided. Now, understand that check issued as a security for conditional payment does not attract section 138. So the person, when he has issued a post-dated check, that was very clear that it was not to clear the debt which is in existence, but something else that he proved. Okay, so we have multiple cases which is given to you, which is very handy. As an advocate, you can definitely use these cases. Okay, but sometimes what happens is that AI also curates some fake cases also. Fake cases means they will think that yes, this can happen, and they will mention A versus ABC XYZ. In that case, we need to go and check whether such case is really in existence or not. So this is an assistance, this is a co-pilot for you, but as an advocate, we need to go to this citation and check whether this case really exists or not. Just copying this information, posting in our pleas and submitting before the court will have an adverse impact on the lawyers also. So we need to reconfirm that yes, this case really exists. Okay, so this is handy for us, but we need to have our own due diligence before posting this case. Okay, now let's go to the summary. You have a summary also. Check as a security, there was a succeeded. Cash payments made, he says that I have made you a cash payment and this was as a security, it failed. Check was a loan security, it failed. Stop payment due to dissatisfaction, it failed. Stop payment for instructions, it failed. Okay, so you can see the past judgments. So you will have something defense, you will have your daughter's wedding done and everyone will eat and go, and then you cannot blame the caterer. So if there is an issue, you should have raised there and there itself, correct? So this is how it will help the advocate to do the research. Let's go with further information. Now I am a new advocate. I need to file this case in a high court or a Supreme Court. I'm not aware. Okay, so I need an assistance of the EI. So what I'm asking, the prompt is act as a counsel for Royal Creditors Private Limited and produce a chronological step-by-step filing checklist for pursuing both criminal and civil remedies in Goa arising from a check dishonor under section 138, okay, with section 142 of the Negotiable Instrument Act. So when I give this prompt, see the results. See, pre-litigation stage, present the check within its validity period, whether it's a 3 months or whether it's a 30 days as per the laws. Okay, obtain dishonor memo from the bank. That is very important. What are the evidence required? Original dishonored check, bank written memo, invoice contract, and email or SMS communication with the drawer. That is also an evidence. Okay, and along with that, if it is email communication, SMS, there should be a 65B certificate which needs to be attached stating that this information is audited by the responsible person and it's a genuine information and there is no one has played with the data. Okay. Next, statutory legal notice needs to be sent within 30 days. It should be sent by a registered post AD or a speed post or a courier with the tracking. Okay. The written acknowledgement should also be approved. Drawer has 15 days time for receipt of notice. You can file a criminal proceedings. Where you can file the criminal proceedings, that is also given to you in a judicial magistrate first class of Goa. Okay. Then which are the documents needs to be attached. Another information is board resolution is also required. Affidavit is required. Wakalatnama is required. So all this information, okay, is provided to you. What are the civil remedies available? Okay. So all this information is readily available for you. Now, let me ask, okay, let me ask AI, kindly acting as a lawyer, okay, on behalf of 𝘂𝗫𝗱𝗁, spelling mistakes, don't worry, the AI understands. Okay, kindly prepare a comprehensive draft for initiating both criminal and civil proceedings arising out of the dishonor of check. So will not ask both, will ask only one, because when you ask two things at a time, AI or a chat GPT, it does the shortcut work and gives you only a short draft. Okay, so let's go through this. What is the output? See, draft of criminal complaint in the court of judicial magistrate first class, court location Goa, case number. Okay, address versus Ramesh, jurisdictions, fact of the case. Okay, the reason why the check has been returned, what is the cause of actions, offense, what is requested from the court. Okay, someone try and convict the accused, direct them to pay the amount. Okay, so this is the ready draft for you. Similar way, you can ask for a criminal one. This was civil or criminal. Yeah, this was a criminal one. We'll ask the civil one. You can see. Yes. Under order CPC, all the references are given to you. No doubt, we need to recheck it. See, both civil and criminal case draft is provided to you. If you want to merge into one and make it as a one case, that is also possible. Now let me go to the next. Draft a wakalatnama. So this is an authority letter given by the Ramesh to the advocate. You can see. Know all man by those present, 𝘂𝗫𝗱𝗁 company incorporated under the Companies Act having this. My advocate will be so and so. So this is a wakalatnama on behalf of 𝘂𝗫𝗱𝗁. Okay. So you can see everything. What are the authorities granted by the 𝘂𝗫𝗱𝗁 to his advocate is all captured here. Fine. Let us go to the next prompt. You now 𝘂𝗫𝗱𝗁 being a private limited company, there will be a board resolution also will be required. Correct. So let's ask the AI to provide us draft a board resolution. See, The board resolution is also ready. Now, I don't know. I'm a new advocate. I need to know what are the stamp duty or what is the stamp paper I need to purchase for what purpose. I can ask the AI. Okay. Research, I'll add a word research and provide. Okay, spelling mistake, no problem. It understands. Research and provide latest 2025 complete guide on the stamp papers required for each of the legal documents mentioned above, tailored for Goa jurisdictions under the Bombay High Court branch. Yes, you can see Wakalatnama, stamp duty, it says court fee stamp of 5 is effect on each Wakalatnama. Then board resolution, if executed as a power of attorney in favor of representative, stamp duty, see below. Power of attorney, special power of attorney 100, general power of attorney with broad powers for property and financial matters, the amount is given. You need to reconfirm this, okay? But it supports you. What is the, if it is a criminal complaint, court fee stamp of 2 to 10 per complaint page, that is what is required. Then civil suit, 7.5% of the claim amount you need to deposit, okay? So all this information is available to you. So you can prepare yourself as an advocate, as a new advocate. You can definitely take and support of AI for doing all that is required to be done in order to file a suit, okay? So that is doing the research, then drafting the notices, drafting the plea, then even you can do the brainstorming. You can, once you file the case, it will go for a hearing, correct? And there can be many questions that will raise. You can ask the AI what type of questions will be raised during the case discussion. So you can prepare yourself as an advocate. So that is the power of AI, okay? Let's have the next poll. Yes. What's your biggest AI ethical concern? Is it about a confidentiality, bias in results, data security, and accountability? Yes, can we have the results, please? So you can see that confidentiality is definitely yes. So I told you the solutions, what to do, how to handle the confidentiality. Okay, that is, don't quote all your personal information on a free AI tools. If it is paid, then your information is protected. Okay, we have discussed of many paid tools earlier. So if it is paid, your information is protected. Otherwise, it's a risk. So confidentiality is the biggest issue. Bias in results. So yes, you can see that the output given by your AI can be a biased one. Because if you train the model, AI model, to be biased, it will give you the biased results. So we as a human being needs to guard ourselves, because we need to go through all those information what has given by the AI. Go through it. It's a handy, definitely useful for you. It brings down your 40% of the day-to-day work, but you need to go through it and see if it is biased, need to do or rectify those errors. Then data security is also a biggest concern. So don't share any confidential information on your AI tools. Okay, the risk is that it might be in the hands of someone else. It might go in the hands of someone else. And AI, it keeps on reading the information, learning it. And accountability is the user's accountability, that whatever AI is generating, we need to see that the information is provided by AI, and AI is not accountable. Finally, I as a lawyer will be held accountable. Okay, so we need to take care about that. So there are certain guidelines which are there, do's and don'ts. So very important is protect your confidentiality. Always anonymize or mask your client's sensitive data before running it in through the AI. Never upload your private case files into public AI models. That is very important. Do cross-check AI outputs. Treat it as an AI drive, like a junior associate who works with you. Now, your junior will be preparing something and you as a senior will be definitely checking it, right? So similar way here, AI is your junior. He will be generating a lot of information as per your request, but you are the one, the pilot, not the co-pilot. You are the pilot, so you need to be going through that information and see whether it's really useful. And you need to do compulsorily final review before submitting to the court or with any authorities. Okay. Next is that you need to choose a secure compliant tools, because any free tools comes with a lot of risk. Okay, so we have discussed about 𝘂𝗏 Edge, 𝘂𝗚, they are the paid ones and they follow the data privacy laws. Okay, and that is how you can use the paid version. And very important is training your team. Junior lawyers, they need to understand that AI is an assistant, not a substitute for the legal reasoning. So many young advocates, after going through today's session, they might prepare something using AI and they will go and submit. No. You need to be 100% foolproof. Review requires. Always show it to your senior lawyers, okay, senior counsel. Get okay from them and then only go ahead with it. So that's, as we come to the end, this is the final poll. After today's webinar, will you explore AI tools in your daily practice? Definitely, maybe, or not now. Yes, please. Yes, definitely 95%. Yes, we must use it. Okay, but use it after doing a proper due diligence. Don't share your personal information. Always have a second review done through a senior counsel. Okay, because it's helpful. We have seen work which is required a day that can be done within less than a minute. So definitely it's a very helpful, very handy tool. We must use it daily, and but with the caution that don't use your personal information of your clients directly on a free tools that are available. Okay, so with this we come to an end of today's session. Before that, let me tell you about AI Cert. AI Cert is one of the world's global certification, providing various certifications related to AI. Okay, they have a AI certification on AI plus legal. That is very good. It is used by many people. And for a young lawyers, now many young lawyers, they feel that it's very difficult for us to survive in the law practice. Correct? That is the impression, because nowadays everyone is using AI. And whatever the juniors were doing earlier, now that job is lost because seniors are using AI. No, you are very much in demand as a junior, freshly passed out advocate. You are in very much demand because you have that capacity to grasp AI. You can learn the AI very easily because it talks natural language like what we discuss. So there are various certifications like AI legal agents, AI prompt engineering. Okay, so you need to pass out this certificate. It comes with a 50% discount for all of you. You need to use this code AI legal 50. Okay, so I request you that if you want to survive in this legal field or any other sector for that matter, we must be equipped ourselves with AI tools. So you will be surprised. I have seen many comments that one of my colleague was not knowing anything, but suddenly he started drafting excellent emails, excellent agreement. What he is doing? He is utilizing AI. So if you also utilize AI like ChatGPT, you can also be a master. You will save your time, and it will help you to invest your time in other productive areas. Okay, with this, I end my today's session. Over to you, Srishti.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjay. It was a very, very insightful session, I would say. Now we'll open the floor for questions as we are already running late. We'll just quickly try to answer the maximum questions that we have with us. So I'll
Yeah.
just please start with the first question that I have, which is how can small or mid-sized law firms adopt AI without making huge investments in enterprise level tools?
Yes, this is the genuine concern for most of the young lawyers or the law firms. But there is a solution for it. And I told you the solution for that already, that we must start using the free tools. Like what I have shown you today, ChatGPT is one of the free tools. Okay, so you can use the free tools and start learning the AI. And slowly you can move to there are other tools which comes with a lower cost as on a use basis. Let's say that there are certain accounting softwares, you know, that if you use if you have so many transactions, then only will charge you this much. Above that will charge you this much. So there are various softwares, paid versions also for a new law firms or the new lawyers who are practicing. They can definitely use those tools. So those tools we also practice it during our AI legal certification with AI cert. So definitely you can use those. But only very important information keep in mind is don't share your personal information when you use the free tools. That is very important.
That absolutely. So next question that we have, Mr. Sanjay, is will AI reduce the demand for junior lawyers or interns who usually handle research and drafting work?
Uh, Definitely not. If a junior intern is not adopting the AI, then it's a risk for him or her. If they adopt AI, then sky is the growth for them. Because, you know, in the judiciary, there are people in the age of 50, majority of the people are in the age of 50 and above. And being a person above age of 50, using the AI or using the various tools, it's very difficult. Reason that they don't have a knowledge or not like that. They don't have a time to involve themselves into all these things. That is the genuine concern for the senior lawyers. So definitely it's an opportunity for the juniors, junior interns who is having a knowledge about AI. They can do the research using the AI and give the right case laws in front of the senior counsel. Okay, so that is an advantage. So I request all the juniors, okay, even the seniors also, try to learn AI. Yes, some people it's difficult because they will not be able to afford the amount they need to purchase a software, but definitely there are free tools available. Use that and start somewhere from today itself. That is my suggestion.
Great. Next, we have how do we ensure that AI generated legal drafts comply with jurisdiction specific law and are not generic templates?
Absolutely. Yes. What AI generates is a generic template. We have seen that. Okay. Then we have given another command to the AI asking that what are the various risks. The AI has given me 10 cases or sections which needs to be included into the draft. So understand that AI is an assistant for you. It's a co-pilot and not the final authority. That is why every information generated by the AI must be reviewed by comparing to the local jurisdictions. Now, a draft which is generated in India under your NI Act of 138, if you take the same draft and take it in Dubai or some other jurisdictions, they will not accept it. So adopting to the local jurisdictions, that is very important. So lawyer has already having a knowledge about the local jurisdictions, use the AI, okay, or train the AI model like I have just shown you by uploading the IT Act. So upload your laws or the regulations or the guidelines issued by your regulators or the courts and ask the AI prompt. The AI will give you the right answers. But even that right answers, what is given by the AI or a draft, don't take it blindly. You need to have a compulsorily 100% review. That is very important. Okay. So training the AI model is very important. So more you train the AI model with your local jurisdictions laws, it will give you the right output. But again, that right output, we cannot consider 100% genuine. We need to apply our human intelligence and review it. That is compulsory. That is the advice. Yes, any other questions?
Yeah, just the last question that we have. Where do you see the next big leap for AI in the legal profession in the next 3 to 5 years?
Okay. Now, let us understand that as we present today on the Zoom, okay, or on MS Team, you know that everything is recorded, correct? Whatever I say, it is recorded, and if I need, I can automatically generate the transcript of what we discussed. Similar way, the courts going forward, you will see that judges what he says, the council, both the councils what they discuss, what the parties to the court, including the witness, what they discuss. All this information will be automatically recorded, and this transcript will be available, and all this information can be produced as a minutes for the meeting, like board meetings, we have minutes, correct? So similar way here, the court discussions can be very easily generated using the AI tools. There are certain AI tools like Water AI, Fellow, Fathom. This generates the script of the discussions. and those discussion scripts we can use, and automatically if you have an AI tool, we can have the prompts also generated automatically, so that each defense lawyer can get some inputs from the AI. What question next you can ask to the your opponents? That is one thing which we can see going forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjay, for sharing such valuable insights with us today. I think with this, we can move towards the closing of this session. We have seen how AI is not just supporting tool, but a real game changer for the legal profession. Whether it's accelerating research, drafting smarter contracts, or strengthening compliant framework, the message is clear. But obviously, with full guidance and full compliance to be kept in mind.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think that was all that we had for today's session. On behalf of AI Certs, I'd like to sincerely thank you, Mr. Prabhu, for your time and expertise, and all of you for joining us and contributing with your questions and engagement. We hope today's session gave you a practical takeaways and sparked new ideas on how you can integrate AI into your own legal and compliance practices. Once again, thank you so much for being such an amazing audience. Do stay connected with us for our upcoming sessions. Until then, we wish you success in your journey of leveraging technology to build more efficient and compliant legal systems. The recording of today's session will be shared with you shortly. And if you'd like to explore this further or have a personalized discussion, you can book one-on-one meeting with us directly through our website. I have also mentioned the coupon code in the chat box, which is AI Legal 50. You can use that coupon code on the link mentioned in the chat box itself, and you'll be able to avail 50% discount on your AI Plus legal certification. Thank you once again and have a wonderful day.
Yes, I will just add a small thing. I think you will be issuing the certificates also, the participation certificates.
Participation certificates will be shared with the recording after the session.
So I request all the participants to share your certificates on social media, specifically the LinkedIn. Okay. And thank you very much once again. And we'll connect again on AI Cert platform or some other platforms. So let's stay connected. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks.